Spotlight on Frazee is sponsored by these community-minded businesses and organizations. United Community Bank, an independent family-owned and operated bank committed to empowering customers to achieve their financial goals. Member FDIC. Frazee Family Foods, what a hometown grocery store should be. Friendly staff, family-owned, and a wide variety of groceries to fulfill your needs.
Welcome to Spotlight on Frazee. I'm your host, Hank Ludke, and I'm here today at the Link Library across from the Frazee High School on Lake Street in beautiful Frazee with Patty Nunn. Hi, Patty.
Hi, Hank. Thanks for coming.
Boy, it's a little rainy outside today.
Today it is. Yes, but we've got some nice days coming up, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a beautiful fall. So what's new at the Link?
Well, here at the Link Library in Frazee, we are having a special guest come, courtesy of the Minnesota Legacy Funds, Eric Bergeson. And a lot of your viewers are probably familiar with Eric. He wrote a column in 20 different Northwest Minnesota newspapers for over 15 years, and also the Bergeson Nurseries. He recently sold that. But he has just released a book called A Treasury of Old Souls. And so he's going to be coming to the Frazee Link on October 7th, that's a Friday, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So we are hoping that we'll have a great turnout, and the topic of his visit is going to be how to live to be 103.
Well, you know, nobody in my family's made it that far, but they've gotten close to 100.
Well, and you know, and people are living longer, and I say that to people, and they say, "Oh, I don't want to live that old. I don't want to live that old." But I think it's more a collection of the stories that he has discovered talking to older people, and especially his Aunt Olive, who was really an inspiration for Eric his entire life, and so he has stories about Aunt Olive and other old souls that he's met in his travels.
Well, you know, we learn a lot from the older people when we're real young, you know, and we don't realize how much we learn from our grandparents or our great aunts and great uncles.
That's absolutely true. And, you know, as a grandma now, I know that I get along really, really well with those youngsters, my grandkids. But there's a period of time where it seems like we're kind of caught in the middle, and we're not old enough and we're not young enough. And we kind of forget about those elderly people and the wonderful stories and lessons that they can share with us.
Well, I agree with you there, with you 100%. You know, plus when as we get older, our mental age gets the same as our grandkids.
Well, and you know, and he talks about that in his book, and he talks about you know, dementia patients or whatever don't respond really well to telling them, "I am your son" or "I am your daughter." But if you sing a song that you sang when you were growing up or whatever, then they can cue into that really quickly.
And that's an interesting thing, you know, how that goes along. You know, it's I remember a lot that I've learned, you know, and it's life lessons that still are true now, which I forgot probably for 40 years, but remember them well now.
Absolutely. You know, I want to remind people, too, that they have the programs here at the Link. We don't get very many of them, so I always like to see a good turnout. But when we do have them here at the Link, they're free and they're open to the public. You don't need to pre-register. And the Link does have a handicap-accessible entryway and restroom facilities, so you would be able, if you're, you know, prefer to stay in a wheelchair or however you get around, we have ramps and accessible facilities for you.
So October 7th at 4 o'clock.
At 4 o'clock, that's a Friday afternoon, and the library will be open at that time. The Link site will be, so we'll be busy with the presentation and busy with the patrons and customers that come into the Link.
Well, thank you, Patty. And with that, we'll be right back with another segment of Spotlight on Frazee.
Spotlight on Frazee is sponsored by these community-minded businesses and organizations. The City of Frazee and Frazee Event Center, featuring a 5,000 square foot room, a built-in stage, and a full-service bar, perfect for a multitude of events. Call or click to book your event. Frazee Community Club, people and business coming together to make the community fun, friendly, and thriving. Become a member and help support your community. Frazee Vergas Forum, locally owned and operated, bringing you news for the Lakes area in print or online. Subscribe today. FrazeeForum.com.
Welcome back to Spotlight on Frazee. I'm still here at the Link in Frazee with Patty Nunn. Hi, Patty. Welcome back.
Thanks, Hank.
And so, it's getting to be fall, and then comes winter, and then it's that time to read again.
Well, absolutely. That's one thing about libraries is the season is always right to check out things at the library. And a lot of people have come in. We just got done having our very best circulation at the Frazee Link for August in probably 6 or 7 years. And so we had a very, very busy August, and a lot of it was people reading for the summer, but a lot of it were kids that were reading. And still, even though they're back to school now, they can come in and get books that they need for homework assignments or their interests or their hobbies. We have Thanksgiving and Halloween and Christmas and those things coming up. Many people are still putting up their garden harvests. And cookbooks. You could order cookbooks to decide what to do with that or how to preserve your food. And
pickling.
and the crafts, whether they're for kids, whether they're for adults, senior citizens. We have many, many books that you could order and have them sent directly to Frazee and pick them up here, and you don't have to drive to Detroit Lakes or Moorhead to get the books that you'd like to have come in.
Well, and I know our friend Lou gets some very interesting books. Sometimes it takes them a while to get here, but they're from all over.
They are from all over, and one of the services that the public libraries in Minnesota offer now is a link to the college, university libraries, and other public libraries throughout the state on the MinLink system. And so, yes, if we don't have it in Frazee or Detroit Lakes or any of our libraries, we can get it from someplace else for you most of the time. We can also help you if you're using Kindle or iPad or Nooks to download and listen to books online. We can help you figure that out and how to do it. And we have free wireless here at the library.
And a lot of people use that nowadays.
Absolutely, they do. And it's nice to be able, if you're waiting for somebody in a school event, you can sit out in the parking lot if we're not open.
And what's your access?
I don't know what that means, but I can tell you that we are open on Monday mornings, Tuesday evenings, and Friday afternoons.
And what are your hours?
We're open on Mondays from 10:30 to 12:30. I just about forgot. You always stump me. Tuesday evenings from 5 to 7, and Friday afternoons from 3 until 6.
And if they want to call you, how do they get a hold of you or email you?
The email is Frazee@larl.org, and the phone is 218-334-2143.
Well, coming into fall, it looks like it's going to be an interesting time here at the Link, and I'm really happy to see that your numbers are up because I think this is a great thing to have. Every community needs a library that everybody can have access to.
Well, I agree with you 100%, and so since we're here, come on in and give us a visit.
And with that, we're going to say goodbye to Patty, so remember, pet your dog, hug the kids, kiss the wife, and wave at the neighbors. And we'll catch you next week on Spotlight on Frazee. Isn't that right, Patty?
That's right.